Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my Daily Self-Reflection. Today was a very hard day, so I had a bit struggle with my colleagues. So last year we got this new postdoc in our group. At the beginning, I really liked him. I thought he would be like someone who's easy to work with because he was so friendly and just seemed pretty nice. However, since we went back to work after the first lockdown, after several interactions with him, I noticed he's a bit tricky. It's not like he's like bad person. I think fundamentally he's a nice guy. However, I think he's not very good with people. More specifically, he's not very good about reading people. I think like he tends to overreact in our conversations or interactions. I think it's because he didn't really get me. For example, it's like once we had this talk about NIDAG, and I was just casually suggesting, oh, maybe we could make another NIDAG, then we would have enough for everyone. But seriously, I wasn't meant like he should make a NIDAG there. But however, he got it in that way. He immediately told me that, but look, I am making this equipment, so I'm already making my contributions here. So that really put me off because you really didn't get me, and the way he reacted really made me feel very bad. And so I decided to keep the distance with him, but then he was so enthusiastic, always shouting hi to me. Then he was very friendly, very helpful when I actually like need some sports. So I think, okay, maybe I can be friends with him again. But lately, what happened is he couldn't make it to this meeting, and the tradition for this meeting is if someone couldn't make it, maybe he will be nominated for as a chair for our next meeting. So that's what happened. He couldn't make it to that meeting, so I asked him whether he would like to host the next meeting, and he said yes. However, after saying yes, his reaction is weird. He stopped saying hi to me. Every time when I saw him, he just looked at me and I say hi. So after several times, I noticed that subtle change. And I feel like that's a signal, like now you are unhappy with me. So I feel like this is another overreaction. This is just a work and a tradition from that work. And I am not like signing you something out of blue. But I think this is an overreaction, and possibly it's also again being over mindful about what is your contribution at work. I'm not sure whether that's a normal way, but that wasn't the normal way I was taught when I was in this group doing my PhD. So the whole thing, everything about him makes me a bit uncomfortable now. So now I'm a bit confused. Should I keep saying hi to him, or should I keep my distance so he wouldn't feel like I am bossing over him, I am signing him any project or any task or something? So I'm a bit confused about that. Personally, I am not comfortable with how he treated me, how he's overreacting, being over enthusiastic or sensitive for just work stuff. I mean, for me, you're just a colleague. You're not like someone who's very close with me. I need to monitor your mood to make peace with everything. So I don't think like I like him as a person, as a friend that much anymore. I think a distance would really help. But what I'm worried is maybe me staying away from him, keeping that distance, will make him overreact again. So anyway, the whole day he was like just not being friendly as usual, just waiting for me to say hi. That few things, the tiny detail really triggered me and make me feel why my workplace is so difficult for me. So another thing is like, this postdoc, another new postdoc and these PhD students, they keep having lunch in our office. So I said like, oh, maybe it's okay because it's special time. But then every time when I get inside, they look super judgmental. So these PhD students who keep having lunch in our group. So also he's the one who wants me to close the pump door. So I had to shut him off by saying, oh, I am keeping it open due to safety concerns. So I think he's not very happy. He's now not very happy with me. I think he tends to keep that friendly, casual vibe at work, but I wasn't very enthusiastic about saying hi back. No, I think he got that message and chose to stay away and stop saying hi to me. But that makes me feel bad. Like, come on, I tolerated your pump demands. I tolerated you having lunch in my office. No, you can stop saying hi to me. um, that's just like I think it's also kind of because I was a bit cold and unfriendly. Then he chose to stop saying hi. But his choice of stop saying hi made me feel unhappy. So several details like this from work today made me feel very depressed, honestly. I think I was thinking about the whole thing and observing myself. I think there's several issues, like from my side. First, I find it's difficult to treat someone in a very friendly, polite way if I don't like them. For example, like that colleague who's overreacting or sensitive or enthusiastic about things. His reactions made me feel uncomfortable and made me stop liking him because I find like he didn't get me and I'm not really getting him either, so I just do not like him that much anymore. And now I think it might be difficult for me to keep saying hi in a usual friendly way. And for that PhD student who has so many demands and entitlement to my office, he was also saying hi, but I just couldn't say hi back because I do not like you that much. You've been so inconsiderate and pretend to be so, considerate. You are not realizing how weird your own behavior is. And no, you just, yeah. So I think when I just decided to stop liking people, it becomes harder for me to keep my own manner, treat them in a polite and a very friendly way. So I think that's something I could work on because no matter what people do and what people say, that is a reflection of who they are. And how do I react to their behaviors and their words is a reflection of who I am. And I don't want to be defined by other people's stupidity, I don't want to be defined by my anger because I'm always upset or angry about people being so stupid, So I think that's something I could work on. Second thing is like, I have this tendency to define people with their weakness. Like, it's related to the first one. Like, once I dislike people, I find it's hard to treat them politely. It's because like, I find there certain inconsiderate or weird or stupid behavior is. So therefore, I believe that's who they are. I do not try to see people, accept people's nature of complexity. People have good side and bad side. They have strong suits and they have weakness. They have weird part. Everyone is a little broken. However, like I have that tendency or bad habit. Spot one or two very weird things of them that I often can't accept, and therefore I decided they are not good enough for me or they are just not very good people. Then I decided to retreat from their life. So the downside from that is I often end up finding myself alone, either at school or at workplace. I think this bad habit of thinking people or judging people so harshly has been damaging my social life for so long. So I think it's really a time for me to look at myself and to realize that is a problem really damaging me and try to make some change about that. So I think another thing that's not really helping is like I think I have wider range about people about like people's weakness that I cannot accept. I probably have a better understanding about like people's weakness that therefore I probably have a wider range of not accepting not accepting that like weird weakness, therefore not accepting lots of people. However, I do not have same level of understanding or realization for people's good part. So I think that's also something closely related to judging people with their weakness. So I think this is also pretty judgmental being to myself, but I think it's good for me. First, I think I should stop changing my manner or stop being polite because of people's weird, inconsiderate, stupid behaviors. I think I should have some kind of feedbacks to them. I should have effective communication if it was that time and energy to have that conversation and to make that change. However, if that does not worth it, maybe I should try to find a way to keep my own manner, because I do not want to define by my anger or other people's stupidity. Second thing is, I should try to understand people in more dynamic way. Do not just stick to people's weakness and define people, decide who they are with their weakness. That's really not my job. Instead, I should keep an open-minded and try to see people's good part as well as not very perfect part. So maybe I could play a game. Every time when I notice someone's imperfections, I should find a very good point about them. Then maybe that could help me to balance and overcome this very bad habit of just picking on people's weakness. Anyway, that's me, and I hope I could make more improvement in the future. And I'm really grateful for my daily self-reflection. I don't think I would get here if I didn't stick to my daily self-reflection. So well done me, and good night.